Hello and welcome to College Got Me Like, a New Heights Magazine original podcast with Jacob,
Geneve,
and Jules.
For the next 30 minutes, we'll be talking about something about the college experience that's currently on our minds. You can contact us with any suggestions, comments, or questions and stream new episodes every Monday at newheightsmagazine.com/college. We'd love to hear from you. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about documenting your college experience because I think we all can agree it flies by and we want to reminisce about all the good times. So how exactly do we do that? Do we use social media? Do we use photos? Are we doing digital? Are we doing physical? We're going to give you all that information and more. Stick with us. You're listening to College Got Me Like.
All right, so many of us know that a lot of people like to use social media to kind of document their college experiences. And I feel like social media is one of those things that you can document your college experiences, but there's like different ways that people can really utilize social media in order to achieve their kind of visual journal or whatever other type of journal that they can look back on like the past 4 years. What do you guys like to do to kind of document your college experience? Is there like a thing that you do, or are you just like, I just post on Instagram? Or
really, Instagram is kind of just how I keep everything in. I think it's Facebook that will send you like, look what you did a year ago.
Yeah,
a couple weeks back, I got the notification that was like, 2 years ago, you stepped foot on like Boston University's campus for the first time when you toured. So just kind of sweet things like that. My mom's a very big like scrapbooker person, so I guess in the long term, we're thinking of that. But recently, it's just, like, storage and stuff. I got, like, a new phone recently, and that kind of sucks because you lose, like, all the photos that are on there. But luckily, they were all synced up to my computer. So literally the other night, we just, like, scroll back through and you, like, reminisce, shed a couple tears, and, like, remember all this. But it's something I need to get better at because, like, somebody will say, do you have this photo from this one thing, like, a year ago? And I'll be like, no.
like you're like, I don't know, man.
I don't know where I would find that. Yeah.
I don't use Facebook because, like, I'm one of those people who are like, Facebook. No, it's for old people now. But for me, like, I get that notification on Snapchat, like, a memory from, like, a year or two ago. I basically, like, save, like, all of, like, my snaps, especially, like, I have, like, a private Snap story that, like, a few of my friends can see.
You've been trying to add me for, like, literally weeks.
Yes, and it's, like, the things that I post there are just, like, weird videos that basically you would see on like Vine or something. At least I personally think. It's just like weird, funny. That's kind of sort of the thing that I've been doing. And like last year, like at the end of freshman year, a ton of the snaps that I saved from like some from like my private story or just like some like in general that I sent to other people. I made like a huge montage of them, and I uploaded it to like YouTube.
I watched
it.
It.
Like freshman year, as seen by a Snapchat, and like to me, like I thought that was really funny. Like a few of my friends said it reminded them of like a Vine compilation. So like that's like my own little like unique. Like of course, like I take photos and videos of like events and stuff that I'm doing just to like look back on. But this Snapchat thing that I've been doing is, like, at least to me, like, it's my own personal little thing that I like to do to, like, scrapbook, like, memories.
That's actually really smart, too, because it holds the date, right?
Yeah.
It's, like, even if, and it's in chronological, so you can, like, totally look back at your memories and everything. That's what I need to do. I don't use Snapchat a lot, and I think I need to use it more, because, like, I just take one little scroll, and I'll be, like, September of 2015, like that. So I need to start doing that more, because I remember watching that video that you did.
I watched it? Good.
And I liked it. I was like, this is such like a smart idea because you don't have to go out of your way to film anything else. Like
it's
you
just like a
no,
part
and
of
it
the
saves
life.
to like Snapchat. It doesn't, like automatically save all of them to my phone and use up like my storage there.
Storage, yeah.
So yeah, it just like, saves in Snapchat. I'm like, oh, I'm good to go.
That's so cute.
Safe and sound in Snapchat.
Yeah.
Well, I know Geneve has like a million like, or actually I take that back. Probably not, you have like, do you have a good way? I mean, you document things very well.
I have a very, like, concise way of documenting, like, different types of things. So, like, similarly to you, I do a video thing. So, I do the 1 second every day. And it actually started out as an assignment for, like, a first-year seminar class, FY 101, last year. And so, I saw, like, someone do it on YouTube, Morgan Yates, and I was like, that's so cute. Like, I cried watching her video because I was like, wow, like, I really feel like I'm in her life, even though I, like, don't really know her. And then I started doing it, and so I did one for freshman year, I did one for like the summer, and then I'm doing one for sophomore year right now. And those have been my favorite. That's like been my favorite way of documenting. I document all the places I eat and all of like the pretty food that I eat on Visco. And then I usually do, like, all of my photos I'll do on Facebook just because it's easy and everything's always there. So, like, I mean, this weekend, like, I did, like, after 3 days that I would, like, upload some pictures on. And then if it's really boring, I'll wait, like, a week or two. And then I'll just, like, mass upload them. So I have, like, an album for every year.
Yeah, I like that idea. It's just, for me, like, I don't want people that, especially... I don't know, at least for me, I don't want, like, random people, like, long-distance relatives and just, like, people that I barely know from school seeing me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, Facebook I'm, like, iffy about, but, like, I like looking at other people's, you know, like, photos that they upload. Like, I looked through all of yours this morning, so.
I know, I'm, like, a very overly public person. Like, I think that...
I like that.
I want
to be like that.
It's not, like, necessarily, like a good or bad thing, though. It's just, like, some people like to be, like, more, and some people don't, and it's just, like, whatever. Like, what you're more for.
Would you say the purpose of uploading things onto Facebook and albums, is that for you to, like, share with relatives more of, like, what you're doing, or is that more personal, like, you want to be able to look back at, like, the freshman year photo album and just remember these things?
Well, every time I go home, which is not a lot, as you know, my parents and I will actually go through my Facebook together, and I can show them, like, so I'll be like, oh my god, like, freshman year, and then, like, instead of going through my camera roll, which has, like, you know, a ton of different photos from, like, the same thing, I just pick, like, the best one out of, like, that one day, and then I'll show my parents. Yeah.
My dad follows me on Instagram, so he sent me like a screenshot of my photo from the other night tonight, and he was like, 347 likes, Juliet. I got 10 on my last one.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know.
Oh my god.
Right before this, I was talking to my parents on the phone. They're like, we were just looking at the picture of you in Geneve and Jules. And I was like, oh,
that makes me cringe.
And I was like, and they're like, we liked it. And I was like, okay, good.
Okay.
Tell them to follow me.
All right.
Oh my lord.
I'll tell them.
Funny.
Yeah.
Give her those follows.
Oh my god. I also do I don't know if this is like a way of documenting, but I do a travel journal.
I love
like physical, like writing, or digital?
It's like, I mean, it's physical, but I don't write in it. I just, like, write. I keep all the little, like, ticket stubs and different things.
Yeah, I have, like, a little box of just, like, little momentum. Yeah. Mementos?
Yeah.
Okay. Just, yeah, like, little, like, tickets and stuff.
How much is in that? Do you, like, it's a physical journal?
It's a Muji journal that I put, like, an airplane on, I think. Like, an airplane stamp. And then I just started, like, I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. And I was like, might as well just, like, start shoving mementos in there. So, yeah.
So do you have, like, whatever, like, a ticket to New York, a ticket...
Yeah, I have tickets, I have, like, museum things, I have, like, there are a lot of random things in there. It's really cute. I really like it. It's kind of like getting fat, but I really like it, and I think I'm going to continue to do that.
I like that.
I used to do a gratitude journal, too, but I stopped doing it because I was just, like, not enough time, but I do want to get more into it. My roommate journals, she does, like, different journaling formats, but she, like, does it every day.
I've been wanting to get into journaling. Like, everyone, like, it seems like such, like, I don't know, like, a trendy thing to do these days. I always wanted to, like, just keep, like, a journal or, like, a diary just to keep in college. I mean, I'm lazy, so I never, like, get into that, but I've actually had this other idea, not really original or anything, but to go back on my journal thing, because I'm turning 20 in, like, 3 weeks, I had this idea that, you know what, this isn't, like, particularly, like, about, like, being in college, but more, like, okay, beginning of my 20s, I kind of want to start, like, journaling during my 20s, because I feel like it's just, like, like, my teenage years are basically over. So, you know, might as well just start a new, like, leaf with, like, you know...
Yeah, your 20s are supposed to be, like, this most, like, amazing time of your life, but everybody says it just flies by.
Yeah,
so... like, I need to document this, like, somehow.
So, yeah, I, like, told my friends that, like, I want to, like... At least I want to commit to, like, writing in a journal. It doesn't have to be, like, every day or anything, but I want to write down, like, my favorite memories. And then, because I'm a very, like, sentimental person, at least I think so, I really, like, you know, I kind of like writing down, like, memories, or just, like, videoing them, or, like...
And it's really fun to look back on your own handwriting, too, and be like, oh my gosh, like, I wrote that, like, at one point, I, like, sat down and had these feelings, and I wrote them down, like, that's really cool.
How often do you, like, look back at what you've... like, either written down or scrapbooked or, like, because I feel like you have to wait a long time before it's, like, nostalgic and, like, aw, you know?
I still have a letter that I wrote to my And when I was in 5th grade, I wrote a letter to my 8th grade self, and it was only, like, it was just, like, a page back and front, and, like, I remember looking at it in 8th grade, and I was like, dang, this is really different, and I hung it up on on my shelf in my bedroom, and like honestly every few like, doesn't have to be every like few weeks, but like every month or so, like I'll just like take a look at the letter and I'll be like, wow, like my life is so different.
Right.
I love it.
I remember doing that. We did freshman year to senior year.
Oh, we did that too.
And it was like one of the most like depressing things because like freshman year me was like, okay, not like in a sad way, but was just like, you probably have everything figured out now. You've probably had a girlfriend for years. You've probably had this, and it's like, oh, no. But it is like, but essentially that was a memento. That was like a piece of like something that I remembered. Like I remember like freshman
Yeah, write
year
a letter to your future self.
Yeah,
yo,
that's
I should do
one
that.
way, yeah.
I'm gonna write a letter to my 30-year-old self, and then I'll read it in 10 years.
That is the scariest number to me.
Yikes.
30. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and take a really, really fast commercial break. We'll be right back. College got me like. Stay tuned.
Hey Boston and New York! The first annual New Heights Tomorrow Today conference is coming to you this February. Lineups feature modern, inspiring, and hardworking creators, performers, entrepreneurs, and panelists ready to share their best advice with you and showcase some of their work. Head to newheightsmagazine.com/conference for all the info, dates, ticket information, and how you can claim your passes to either event early. We'll see you there! Don't wait! RSVP and get your tickets now.
Hey y'all, look at my...
Yes!
I thought you were doing it.
Me too!
Oh, I was trying to say to you guys, like, hey y'all, follow me on the YouTubes.
This is actually really cute though.
Check out my dorm
This is
tour
a
from
cute
last
thing.
year. I got 17K views.
No way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
17K.
Jules went viral.
Yeah.
No, my dorm tour is also my most viewed video, like out of all of, like by a significant amount.
I
don't know how.
gotta
wanna
film
know.
my dorm tour for this semester.
Yeah,
this year.
go for it.
You
It's
do
cute.
too. Your dorm is
Already
freaking
filmed it.
amazing.
It's up.
It's up.
Yeah, it's been up for like a week.
Wait, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Okay, I haven't been on YouTube for like ever.
No, you're so fine. I think.
No, I'm not fine. I gotta keep up with you.
Oh my lord, stop. Okay, Lord, I guess we're talking about videos now.
I think
I think
that's
we've
a good
established we're talking
transition.
about videos.
But
I
that's,
mean,
that's nice because have you watched your dorm tour from last year recently?
I get scared to hear my own voice. Fun
Oh.
fact
I
about
hate
me.
seeing myself on camera and my voice on camera. And even for this podcast, I just hate my voice. So, we're just gonna
It's
roll with
weird
it.
hearing your own voice. It's like a human thing. Like no one really likes to hear
Don't
it.
you hear it like differently? Like when you talk, it sounds different than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably because of like the way the vibrations go up in like your
Huh.
jawbone or something like that, isn't it?
Huh.
I mean, physics.
Yeah.
We're comp students. I don't think we're gonna understand
We
this.
shouldn't even attempt
Rip.
No.
to even go there. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about vlogging with our remaining time here, because I think we've all at least attempted it, right? I think we all have. We've
I
all
mean,
uploaded a video.
I upload it, and I have no means of like becoming a famous YouTuber or like known as like a vlogger. I have so many people that will be like, oh, like you vlog, and I'm like, no, I just make videos
that
when
like
I want
happened
to.
once, yeah.
Yeah, like when I want to document something, I'll do it. And like, for example, like the whole dorm tour, the only reason why I filmed the dorm tour was because there were no videos of the dorm that I lived in my freshman year. And I was like, I think someone else is going to run into the same issue next year, and I want to fix that. So that's like why I made the video. Like I don't really make the videos because I want to like monetize or like become famous by any means.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I like vlogging in the sense of like it really just makes you like appreciate everything that you're doing there in the moment. Because even though a lot of people would think like if you have your face in a camera, like while you're doing something, you're not really appreciating it enough. But like, really, I don't think I could. Like, I think I disagree. Like, I think you're just so you want to make sure everything, and you'll remember everything. And watching old vlogs back are more cringy than like nostalgic, but at the same time, it's also kind of fun. Because you're like, oh, remember when we did this? Like, remember when we went to the Nutcracker last year?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I totally would have forgotten that we did that. Or, like, I totally have, like, it's in me just to see, like, the way you talked, how, like, much you've grown, like, since then for those kind of purposes. Like, the things that you can't necessarily capture with a photo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what kind of vlogs do. But unfortunately, they have this, like, misconception of, like, people are just like, oh,
Yeah.
you're a vlogger? And you're like, no, I'm just trying to, like, document my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, while we're like kind of on this topic, when in senior year of high school, I just had the idea. I made a senior video for my grade. So like throughout the entire year, I went to like all these like sports games and like musicals. I like took videos like in class. I like spoke to various students. And at the end of the year, I just made this huge montage. Go check it out on my YouTube channel, by the way. Yeah, I gotta, self-promo. But, like, the last day of high school, I presented, like, the video in my auditorium to my entire grade and, like, a bunch of, like, staff and teachers and whatnot. And, like, at the end, like, people were crying. They stood up and, like, applauded me. It was my favorite high school memory, by the way. And people came up to me saying that, like, they appreciated how much, like, time and effort I put into this to capture, like, our high school memory. And, like, for me, like, being a film and TV student, like, I'm very, like, sentimental, and I want to, like, cherish these memories. Like, that's why I do film, because I want to look back on, like, at least good memories that I want to capture and, like, look back on in the future. Like, why do you think I made a senior video? Like, going into YouTube, I do it for fun, but if other people seem to enjoy it and want to, like, follow along, like, please, gaining, like, a following would be cool, but in the long run, it's kind of just for my own personal entertainment. But, like, in, like, terms of, like, YouTubers go, I mean, like, if some people seem to enjoy what I do, which, like, people have said in the past that they like it, go right ahead. I would like to,
Yeah, like, it's up there anyway.
And, I'm already in film, I'm already in the film and TV, like, environment, like, I guess, like, quote-unquote, being, like, a YouTuber, if that were to happen, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I already enjoy like making videos.
Yeah, and you're putting stuff out there, and like do you find that like when you know people are watching, it's a little bit more of a pressure? Or do you still focus?
No,
on
I like love that people like
the authenticity of like just making sure your collection and your what you take away from those memories are still authentic, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that people are like interested in my life.
Interested, yeah.
Because, I don't know, I find myself to be boring, but, like, when people are like, no, like, Jules, like, your videos are, like, pretty good.
No, your videos are elaborate.
Thank you.
I mean that in a good way.
Subscribe to me on YouTube, people.
And with that, with the little shameless plug, I think we're good. I think we all just kind of document things really differently. There's not really, like, a right way to do so. But
no, there's so many, like, various ways to document it. Whether it's YouTube, on social media, just writing it down. Like, there's so many different ways, and it's so cool.
But I think on behalf of all of us, the best idea to do is just to document it anyway, because 4 years go by so fast. I mean, we're literally almost halfway done.
Okay, no, we're not. We just started our sophomore year,
dude.
No,
but it's going... Okay, we're already a third of the way through the semester, though. That's wild.
Okay, you're right.
So time goes by so fast. So you gotta document it so you can reflect. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to College Got Me Like with Jacob, Geneve, and Jules. We will talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
What was that?
Okay.
Jurassic Park?
Yes.
I'm not ready. All right, fine. We're just gonna have to finesse this like I do the rest with. Fuck.
Oh my lord.
Every time you say "Oh my lord," I just think "Oh my Lantis" from Hannah Montana. I don't know if anyone remembers my Lantis. No one.
The made-up country.
Yeah, the made-up country. Well, anyways, this is Jules Topia, coming to you live, from Boston. Thank you for watching, or no, you don't watch. I'm getting in the mind of you too. Thank you guys for watching my podcast. Please subscribe. You said to add spice to it. Follow me on the social medias. My Insta is at JewelBarry, that's JUL.BARRY. And my Twitter is at JULBARRYY. I'm always on the Twitters and the Insta, so, hit me up.
Thank you guys so much for listening to College Got Me Like this week. If you want to stay in touch, be sure to follow me on my social media. On Instagram and Twitter, it's at Geneve Lau. That's GENEVELAU. And I'd be glad to take any questions you might have.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to College Got Me Like this week. If you want to hit me up on any of the social medias, it's at Jacob Wittenberg on Instagram and at the Jake Brewer on Twitter. I'd love to hear from you guys, and we're super excited to bring you another episode next week. We will see you then.